Okay, so here we have um Vivica A. Fox. I'm finna show you who that is. This is so for
This man was,
anybody that's unfamiliar with her should know she's basically in her day, which was like far, far away on a galaxy. No, no, no. So in the early 2000s, late 90s, she was the pretty girl of her time. You know what I'm saying? She was the bad girl that everybody wanted, the pretty chick that everybody wanted to be with. Now, 20 odd years some later, she's still single. Um, I'm just saying I don't feel sorry for girls like her because girls like her have it made. I mean, you know, there's a lot of ladies that can't even, you know, people talking about, oh, men don't, men that aren't genetically blessed don't have a shot. There's a lot of girls that have to go to school, that don't have the looks. You know what I mean? They really have to develop like a personality to get what they need to do to get by. If you're a pretty girl, you don't even look. If you're a pretty girl, you probably don't even have to work. So when I see girls like her later on in life and their life is a train wreck, I don't have, I don't feel sorry at all. That's just my opinion of her. Just to put that up front. Now, she's gonna say something about Kevin Samuels, which it wasn't just her saying this, but like in the comment section, a lot of people agreed with her. Let's take a listen.
this man was a hypocrite. In my honest opinion, he really was. I didn't find anything about him to be healing. He insulted African American women on a consistent basis. One of his last
Cap, cap. This is the problem, Uh, Kevin Samuels. When the thing is, when he would do the male improvement, and he was telling dudes what they need to do, how to get better and stuff like that. Nobody cares. You know, and he just gave the harsh truth. And like I said, a lot of ladies, especially, it's like the truth. If you hear the truth, it's gonna seem mean when people have been literally treating you like a child your whole life. Let's continue.
last statements that he said was that if you're over 38 and you haven't married or something like that, that you're no good and disposable. To me, it was a shock jock. And, I hope this is teaching folks a lesson about the karma that you put out, the negativity that you put out in the world, that when karma comes knocking at your door, she might not be so kind. So, the fact that he killed over real quick and was supposedly with a
Very disrespectful.
woman that we don't yet know the nationality. Um, Rest in peace. This
That's a shame. Like I said in my Instagram post, I had posted something when Kevin Samuels died. I posted his picture, and not only did I put rest in peace Kevin Samuels, but I made sure I put underneath on the caption on purpose. I said rest in peace black man. And I be doing stuff like that on purpose just to see, because it's interesting. Like if I think if I just posted just rest in peace Kevin Samuels, you'd have probably had some people say some slick stuff in the comment. But I put in the caption on purpose, rest in peace black man, because now are you gonna have a problem with that caption? And I think that's what it's crazy how Kevin Samuels, he didn't steal from nobody. He wasn't a scam artist. This was a guy who kept it who kept it a buck, whether you liked what he had to say or not. I didn't agree with. some of his conclusions, what he was trying to say. But from what I've seen from him, he was just trying. He was really trying to help. I think black people, especially black people in general, improve, man and woman. And he talked about the harsh realities of man and woman if people paid attention. But you know, like I said, it's amazing how people are celebrating this man's death. I'm like, and it's crazy. It's like I remember I had made a suggestion like when when Deshaun Watson had his troubles and he was found not guilty. I said like I made a suggestion, you know, where I was like, well, maybe we should have like a celebration, when one of us goes through the system and we're found innocent and we're free. We should have like a barbecue or something. And I was that serious. And people were like, Chris, I don't know. I'm like, well, what if like we do something like that? Like anytime a black man goes through the system and comes back, triumphant, we should have a celebration or some kind of acknowledgement or some like a cookout or a get together for something like that. And people dismiss it. And it's just interesting how, or it'll be like to celebrate a black man's victory, and it's like, nah, let's not do that, or it's kind of laughed off. But for there was especially it was a lot of black women that were. It was like half black women were paying their respects, and then like half black women were like another half was just straight dancing on this man's grave. I'm talking about this. I'm like, wow, I did not know it. Like I didn't know that somebody can garnish that much hate. You got like rappers. You know what I'm saying? Somebody put that up. Rappers will call women all types of B words, sluts, this, that, talk about all types of negativity, and they die, and it's all R.I.P. on there. You know what I mean? And it's no disrespect, none of that. As much as women can say they hate Future, if Future were to die right now, he would have gotten that much hate like Kevin Samuels did. So it's that's just interesting. The open disrespect. And I'm checking at the other communities, and it's interesting when Kevin Samuels is brought up in like the Latino community or the white community. They don't actually really have a whole lot of negative things to say about him. They don't even really have an opinion at all about him, which should be really telling. Because usually they'll I'm just saying because what he's saying is right. You know what I mean? So that is it's quite telling. You know what I mean? And that's just interesting. Like and like just like anytime you hear a lady, because I haven't really heard it in public, but if you hear a lady celebrating Kevin Samuels' death, I think people should check it in public and be like, you're willing to celebrate a black man's death? Just say it like that, and just have him think about that for a sec, because I think that works when you can really put it into perspective like that. Just like, you're willing to celebrate a black man's death? Like, wow. The so-called Black Lives Matter people, these are the same women with so-called Black Lives Matter in their profile. And they talking about karma this, karma that, talking about he died. Yeah, of course we're all gonna die. You like dying is a form of karma. Like we're all born and we're all gonna die. And let me go back to dissing Vivica A. Fox. I'm not gonna say your life is unsuccessful, but your life from the outside looking in looks like a train wreck. And Kevin Samuels was really actually trying to save women from ending up from ending up like you, for ending up like what's the other girl name? Lisa Ray. Girls like that, especially girls like that that have an advantage, and you just throw it away for literally nothing. You know what I mean? Um, yeah. Let me just stop there because especially when it's coming from girls like Vivica A. Fox. You know what I mean? Like people like that I have no respect for anyways, even in her prime. Somebody that I never had respect for. So, usually you just got to ignore it, but I'll say this. If Vivica A. Fox were to be listening, why would you relish in celebrating a black man's death over a difference of opinion? You know what I mean? It's like well, at the same time, like I believe this also. I believe a lot of women, especially in today's day and age, are not empathetic. And you know, we put this label on women that there's this nurturing kind, this superior to men when it comes to stuff like that. And women are showing themselves, you know, that they are not empathetic. You know, when I remember when Kobe died, even like you know how the LeBron and Kobe fans, they be going at it. Even the LeBron fans, they was crying when Kobe passed away. Like it's crazy. And watch this. Me, I'm not a huge fan of Kobe Bryant like that because there's a lot of things that he's done in his life I don't personally agree with. But when Kobe died, I almost cried. Like I was in my car, just sitting there, just thinking, like, wow. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's you know, and especially when I found out when you find out that even his daughter died in the copter crash, that shit hit me. You know what I'm saying? But it's just interesting, like just because of a difference of opinion on his delivery, and you take it so personal that he dies, and people or they milly whopping on this dude's grave. That's crazy. So the only thing I would say is if Vivica A. Fox, if I were to see her, I'd be like, wow, you're willing to relish in a black man's death. You have no right to say, Black Lives Matter or cops hate us and blah blah blah. You to do something like that, that's even lower than that. You know what I mean? So, and then you wonder why when guys like Coach Greg Adams would say, the community is dead and we it's beyond disrepair because the stuff that Kevin Samuels was mentioning, this is elementary stuff. This should be already understood, but like I said, a lot of ladies sold out to the government. You know what I mean? And I don't think there's anything that we could do to fix that. Vivica A. Fox is a shining example, and hopefully, and really, what Kevin Samuels, it was ironic that Vivica A. Fox was saying this because Kevin Samuels is literally he's trying to save women from becoming her. You know what I mean? Manless and unhappy and bitter and old. And with how many plastic surgeries that is? That's probably number 10. Plastic surgery number 10. So that's why I don't even be ripping Kim Kardashian in them because they be doing the same thing. So I'm going to end it like this. I'll find another topic to rip on real quick.